Hi guys. I thought you would enjoy the hay. Did that help a lot? Did that help? I am gonna put a new barn up here, or goat hotel. It's not today. Welcome to A Simple Life. Today we are working on running the mill. And here's why we're working on running the mill. There's nothing I can do about the greenhouse right now today. I'm still trying to work out, figuring out what I'm gonna do next, what my next steps are. But I have a few projects. Colette has asked me, she doesn't ask a lot, she asked me to get an area prepped for her so she can do the wild donkey rescue. And it's in about 3 weeks from now. And I don't have a pen set up for a wild donkey. She wants to rescue one. She wants to work on it, training and stuff like that. And so I told her that I would let her do that. But I told her I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to get to it because of the fact that, you know, all my schedule, my planning, everything just went upside down. So there's not really much I can do today other than run a mill. I mean, there's just, everything's covered in snow, everything's muddy. I can't really move much machinery around. To give you an idea, everything around here is clay. That clay, as soon as it gets wet like this, is like grease. Unless you got metal tracks, it's gonna be a real pain in the butt. And so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get a log out. We're gonna mill a log up real quick. I need to make 18 6x6 by 9 feet tall posts, and then I need to make about 65 2x8 by 8 footers to do the area for the donkey. That being said, I also need to do the wood for this, and I need to build a new chicken coop down at our place. So I'm gonna be milling a bunch of stuff. The dogs are doing good. Reba is getting absolutely massive. You can see how big she is compared to Merle. I mean, Merle's full grown in his, oh, you get down. She's just coming along. She's just huge and beautiful and sweet. She's done a great job. You boys having fun in the snow, having a snowball fight and playing? Yeah. Yeah? How are the goats doing? Good. Did you find the goats? Yeah. Good. Wait, no. You didn't find them? But they do have hay. The goats have hay, and we let them out. And so, since the goats have been let out, they're grazing in the woods. I don't think anybody's hitting anybody. All right, we're gonna get rolling, get some of this wood milled up, and then we will show you the progress as we go. So what did we get out of that log? We ended up getting 8 of our 6x6s that we needed right here. There's 8 of them right there. I got 2 2x6s and a 2x8. I have my 6x6s. I'm gonna use those for my post. My boards, I need 2x6s. So 6x6s and 2x6s. The 2x6 boards, the reason why I'm gonna use 2x6 boards is because 12 inches is the minimum gap that you can have between your boards for the BLM. So if I make my boards 6 inches, 6 plus 12 is 18. That gets me up to my 6 foot length easily. And it makes me, it's right there. There's not a huge, I don't have any weird spacing between my boards. So that's what I'm gonna do. I need to have enough boards to go all the way around, and they're gonna be true 2x6s, meaning 2 inches by 6 inches. None of this Home Depot 1.5 by 5.5 inch stuff, okay? So these boards are gonna be sturdy. So those, and then we're gonna be using these true 6x6s, which are also absolute beefcakes. These things are chunky. Trust me, I can barely pick them up. I mean, they're heavy boards. Now, why am I going all the way to 6 feet? There's not a donkey that's gonna have an issue with 6 feet, because I know Colette's gonna wanna do the Wild Mustang Challenge in the next couple of years, where she gets a Mustang and she trains it. And since I know that's gonna be the case, I'm gonna build an area that's built for wild Mustangs. So 6 feet tall, 8 foot spacing between all your posts. All your boards have to be no larger than 12 inches apart, at least 6 feet tall, and they need to be heavy duty. So I'm building this for the future, but for right now, Colette's gonna have a place to put a donkey. Hopefully, we have 15 days to get this done, and my timelines have not been friendly to me lately, as you guys have seen with the greenhouse. Tomorrow we'll come back and I'll show you what we got done, and we'll go from there. All right, so it's the next day. I know, it seemed like it was just a few seconds ago, but here's what we got. We got a total of 11 2x6 by 16 footers, and then we have 8 of our posts. We need 10 more posts, and we need some more 2x6s. Last night before we left, I ran out of gas, is actually why we stopped, but I got 6 more 2x6s there. The main log I really want to cut is this big one. So for the donkey project, I think that one log may give me everything I need. If not, I have 4 of them here. We can use any 4 of those. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of those logs over right now, and we'll start milling it up, and we're gonna go from there. Clint, why don't you bring the excavator over? All right, so we got the log over here. It's a hefty log. It's a really hefty log. But let's see, we got 23 on this end. We'll split all the bark off. This bark should come off really super easy. Matter of fact, hey Clint, why don't you get my axe out for me? Bring that over, and I'll quickly show you. You know, I've shown this in the past how I split the, I remove the bark. And what the real reason for it is so that way my blades stay sharper longer. So it doesn't always, you don't always get something popping right away. I usually have to make a little bit of a cut in. So I usually do this for a bit, and then I'll start a second area right next to it, and that's usually when I start getting into the pop. There it goes. And once you get some of it lifted up, it really comes off a lot easier after that. And there are ways to do this that are less labor intensive, I think. Herman has a device that he uses for taking the bark off. He brought it over from Switzerland. I haven't used it because, to be honest, I always forget to bring it down. So he would totally let me use it if I wanted to, but I just forget to bring it down. There you go. So it starts coming off. Once you get a little section done, you'll see how easy that is. This will start popping off. Really, whoop, there's a knot. There you go. There you go. And this will probably come off. Yeah. So. There you go. So it doesn't take much. 10 or 15. This log may be a little longer than the other logs, probably 15 minutes or so. I don't let the boys use axes or hatchets doing this, and here's why. If you come down and you try to catch in here and you glance off, this comes right down to your foot. So because of that, I don't let the boys use hatchets or axes when we do this. I make them use hammers or like small sledges with a logger's wedge. We're up to 19 2x6s. The boys have been peeling this for me. They've been doing a great job with their little sledges, the wedges, and the crowbar. I'm gonna pick it up with the excavator. I'm gonna roll it over, and first I'm gonna knock all the knots off of it. See all these knots? I'm gonna knock all these off, and then once the knots are knocked off, I'm gonna roll it over. We're gonna get the rest of the bark off of it, and then I'm gonna put it up on the mill. Once it's up on the mill, we're going to, I'm gonna start looking at how I'm gonna cut it into a cant, and I may get a couple cuts into it tonight, I may not. It's getting a little dark, it's also a little cold. We'll see kind of how everything happens. And what the heck? Seriously? You do know those are mine. Why? Why did you have to do that? Because Merle's gotten so stinking big. It's hard to tell, but he's legitimately huge. He's very big, and it's not just fur. He's gotten big. He really has. He's become an amazing specimen of our livestock guardian dogs. Okay, we're gonna get back to work and get all this cleaned up, and then yeah, and then we'll go from there. It's by far the biggest log we put in the mill. And on this side, we're pretty round on this side. We got a little bit of a oblong here. Okay, so this is the next afternoon. Okay, after we put this log up here, this is the same big old log that we were milling on the other day. We got it up here. I got a couple 2x6s off of an odd cut from it. Some of them have a little wane, or that like the edge is missing. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cut this down into both 6x6s and 2x6. I'm gonna get cutting. We just got the goats moved to a pasture on the back side of the property. It's all over there. So they're all the way over on the other side of where the kidding area was. I didn't show that because it was just putting up fences. And you guys have seen how I do that. It was nothing new. The boys are currently getting me some water for the mill. I have some, but I need a little bit more. And this is what we have. This is what the stack looks like so far. That's a 2x8. These are all decent 2x6s, and these ones are the ones that are missing part of an edge. So we're gonna get milling, and then we're gonna take Herman down because today is Sunday, and so Herman's gonna go down and we're gonna have Sunday dinner and enjoy ourselves. Oh, well, who is this? Oh, who is this? Hi. Hi. Hi, big love beast. How are you? All right, we're gonna get this going so we can get some good cooking, because I think Christine made Greek chicken and potatoes tonight. So Greek chicken and potatoes, if it's what she made, it looked like that's what she was making. It's potatoes, they're cut up, and then you put the whole chicken, minus the feathers and all that kind of stuff, not a live chicken, in this clay pot with potatoes and onions and I think carrots and olive oil and all kinds of yummy spices, and then you cook it up and it comes out so stinking good that if you get any on your forehead, your lips will beat your brains out trying to get to it. It's that good. All right, I'll show you what this looks like when we're done.